Hey guys, welcome to today's live stream for September 25th, 2025. My name is Chris and I am the Algo Man here on TikTok. Now, I got to tell you guys right off the bat, today's not just another recap. It's a proof of concept moment because today I competed in the one-day NinjaTrader Micro Futures Tournament, trading up to 5 contracts on the Micro ES or Micro NQ and head-to-head against NinjaTrader's 4 spotlighted featured traders, all right? Now, you know who I'm talking about. The guys you see live on the NinjaTrader control panel, the ones constantly pushing their overpriced order flow tools and underperforming setups. Oh, well, guess what? I absolutely crushed them. One of the guys, Leo the Tiger from Order Flow Labs, got blown out so bad they had to pull him off the spotlight mid-session. It was amazing to see. All right? Complete meltdown live on air. It was not to have been missed, guys, okay? And meanwhile, I stepped in, took just a few precision trades using CYMO on a simple 5-minute chart and clocked in over $927 in realized P&L on the Micro NQ. Well, hopping in and out of, had a bunch of tech support calls today and one-on-one combos, so you guys know those sometimes take a little bit of time, right? But between that, I got in a good handful of trades, all right? Now, think of this, guys. Let's do the math, all right? $927 in the micros. That's nearly over $9,000 on the full-size NQ equivalent. 1 day's worth of trading, okay, guys? And that's off a handful of smart trades and in the first few hours of the day, all right? And these guys, these spotlighted traders, guys, they want to sell you their systems. Nah. Our tools don't just look good on paper. They perform in real time. And they outperformed today the talking heads the brokers are spotlighting, all right? So I'll tell you what today's setup is going to look like, all right? I'm going to walk you through exactly how CYMO tracked market structure on a 5-minute chart and how that gave me the roadmap to pick my spots and avoid the fake outs and capitalize on the real moves. Nothing fancy, guys, okay? Just the right tools used the right way. So we're going to go ahead and showcase that right now. In the meantime, I got to show you this because I think it's it's worth showing you guys, all right? Here you go, right here. These are the rankings, okay? And this was my account right here. Now, considering that I had very limited time, you know, you know what? I went back just now and I'm actually 269 out of over 1,800 people. I completely, if I would have stood in and caught that reversal trade that happened at 2:10 this afternoon, I would have blown this dude away right out of the water right here. He was severely in the water, under the water in the red today. And so were these guys. And there were 2 other dudes that I guess blew themselves out of the water because they're not even in the rankings, even as I load more of the rankings on here. Okay. These guys are all algorithmic. They're probably using some type of bot to, on a tick time frame to generate these type of returns right here. But these are the real traders right here that are basically manually trading right here. And these were the feature spotlighted traders right here. Okay, so these were my results right here off of 1 day trading the micros, all right, in competition with these guys. And remember, guys, I jumped off right at 205 as soon. I'll show you the trade today. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, John. And I went to go get a sandwich. I was flat out hungry from sitting here all day long watching, these charts. And I came back and I saw the reversal trade and I'm like, doggone it, man. I should have stood in here for like 5 or 10 more minutes. I would have probably got it and blown this dude out of the water too. But this is real right here, guys. This is what happened today. So it was a pretty interesting show and tell type of day. There was only 4 real trades to gain 450 points today. Sure, you could have made 30, 40 points. Yeah, there were only, you're absolutely right. And I'm going to showcase those trades right now. So let's go ahead, guys, and have a little bit of fun and jump in and watch, okay? So So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bingo. Here we go, guys. I'll kind of walk you through some of the logic of some of the trades that really mattered to me, okay? Right here, for example, you're seeing the first opening bar of the session right there. Big, huge bar going to the downside, right? Kind of a scary looking bar right there. And you can see that cycle and momentum kiss goodbye. This was a cycle going to the upside, okay? So you're likely going to have a cycle coming down, okay? These were all cycles right here. You see the sine wave formations, how momentum is following cycle right here in every one of these trades. You never trade the first bar of the day. In fact, I'll be honest with you guys, this whole rip to the downside, I completely avoided it this morning. I didn't take it. I was sitting here at my desk exactly the way I am with you guys right now. This is like deja vu. It's like repeating everything over again, right? I was sitting here looking at this going like, man, I've seen this setup many times where the market sells off and then it pauses and it does an about face and it takes off, right? So I sat here watching these bars, contemplating, you know, I see a nice cycle here to the downside. Do I want to take that? And my answer was no. I didn't take it. I said, you know what? I'm going to let this shake out, and I'm sure we're going to get a nice short covering rally after this. And that's what I did. I sat on my hands. You know, I started to see this go down, and I'm like, oh, this looks good. It's still going down. And momentum hasn't even crossed zero right there, but I sat on my hands. That's what I did, okay? I didn't trade. I didn't trade any of these bars to the downside this morning. I just waited patiently, and I said, well, if there's a sell-off, there's going to be a short covering rally, and I'll take the short covering rally to the upside, and that'll be right around the 9:45 time, which is normally when I trade. This is the 9:50 stamp right here, so this was right about the time that I normally step into the market between 9:45 and 10 when I do trade, and I said, I'm going to wait. Let's let the dust settle, and then I'll jump in and decide to take the trade then, okay? So we're going to see how this all played out right now. Cycle and momentum are both below zero right here. This yellow line, guys, this represents momentum. The blue line represents the cyclic component of the move in price, okay? There is no trade to the upside just yet. Also, you know what? We just put up a video yesterday in our YouTube channel showing one of the traders that was featured as one of the spotlight traders today, showing how this dude took 7 consecutive trades and lost. Seriously, okay? So if you want to watch that, that's over on our YouTube channel. You guys could get a kick out of that right there. All right, so here we go. Cycle and momentum are almost about to cross right here, but I'm not going to take that trade to the upside until I actually get a crossing. And then I'll go ahead and pull the trigger and take it. And this is the exact process I went through this morning as well. So here we go, guys. We just had a crossing right there, okay? Cycle and momentum right there, just, you know, completely crossed. And I will go ahead and take a buy signal right there. We had a nice crossing with cycle to the upside right there, which is super nice. And we're just going to let this roll until cycle and momentum meet again and they cross. So you guys are basically watching a recap of exactly the same trades I took to beat out 3 of the 4 spotlighted traders today in the Ninja Trader competition. All right, this is exactly what happened today. Okay, I'll just walk you through it step by step. How can you start as a beginner? It's really easy, man. Just click the link in my bio. It's free to click. And I've got a lot of really good resources in the link in my bio that you can start with that you probably don't have to pay anything for. You could download it by clicking the link in my bio. That's probably the easiest way to do it. What signal told you it was not going to trend? I missed this because I thought momentum would sink. Okay. We're right here. I mean, it went up. You know, you had if I go back, okay, you had cycle, okay, you had a nice intersect right here. It came down, and so I thought to myself, all right, well, momentum isn't going down right here. See where I've got the green arrow? Normally, momentum would have fallen right there to the downside, if this was going to continue going down. So I took the longest, the moment that cycle crossed above momentum right there. And momentum, sure enough, didn't go down. Momentum went flat and then it went up. All right, guys, that's it. Right
Order
there.
filled.
That is your exit, okay? Bingo, right there. That is the exit that you would take, and you are done with that trade. Not only that, but you're right here close to the 80 bar VWAP. And if you're this close to the 80 bar VWAP, guys, I'm not going to take any trades just yet. I want to see what happens here. I want to see if momentum, just like Quincy asked. So for example, right here, you see how momentum overshot the moment it crossed? So let me go ahead and pause it there for a second because I think Quincy asked a very good question. So if you notice right here, Quincy, the moment that you had the crossing with cycle and momentum, okay, the very next bar, this is where I got out right there, okay? But the very next bar, which is this red bar, momentum, instead of falling, momentum rose. You see that? And so the same thing happened right here, okay? Instead of momentum falling, it just went flat, and I took the trade right there to the upside. Normally, if momentum is going to fall, it's going to happen on the next bar, and it didn't. It didn't fall. It went up. And so in the same way, where you got the crossing, momentum didn't fall. It went up right there. Why trade when it crosses? Because that's your signal. That's your signal when you're in a cyclic environment right here, and you can tell in the upper quadrant that the market is cycling. So the market right here cycled down. You take your exit here. The market cycled up. You take your exit right there. Why don't you take the short? Because momentum is highly elevated right here. And if momentum is elevated, you don't want to take a short because you might have continuation to this move to the upside right here. So for example, if cycle begins to turn up and momentum remains flat, this could be a continuation to the upside. So you don't want to do that. And you could tell here you could tell here that price is kind of getting sticky in the 80 bar VWAP. So if it's here on the 80 bar VWAP, you got to be careful because you only have two possible outcomes when you're at the 80 bar VWAP. It either breaks or it bounces. And you guys have heard me say this 100 times, okay? It either breaks or it bounces. But right now it's holding because momentum is a little bit high right here. And now you've got cycle rising right there as well. You got momentum already falling right there a little bit, but you've got cycle just kind of going, is this really going to go anywhere? Let's see what happens, guys, because you're super close to this 80 bar VWAP. And you're also close to your support level right here, which is at 559. So if I do the math on this, guys, okay, it's really simple. If I took a trade right here, how many points am I going to gain from here to here? Probably not a whole lot to really warrant the move to the downside right there. So I'm kind of like being very careful right now and watching to see how price plays out. And I think the VWAP is acting as a magnet. Look at this. It's going right back to the 80 bar VWAP. Amazing. So I really want to see what cycle is going to do right here. Okay. Momentum is waning. Cycle's going up. Now it's going flat. Bunch of noise right here. So let's see what happens, right? You need to be patient in these trades. Oh, look, we just had a nice crossing with cycle to the upside right here, but you're still at the 80 bar VWAP and it hasn't really done anything right there. And momentum is right here flush with your cycle indicator. So take a moment, let it shake out. Look at this right here. Didn't break, it bounced. Told you guys. You got to be very, 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 very careful with this because if it's right here along that VWAP, it's just going to hit, bounce, and not do anything. And I can further tighten this if I had the 15 bar VWAP, which I don't have it, and I don't have it specifically because I think it just creates too much stuff to look at. Then I get people complaining, oh, you got too much stuff on your chart. So, all right, so here we go. So momentum is falling, cycle is rising. Right here, guys, okay? Right there. Let's see what happens. And remember, guys, this is the exact same logic that I used right now to beat an absolute crush the traders over at the Ninja Trader competition. Cycle and momentum went up. Let's take a long right there. You get this type of move right there. This is pretty strong. This is likely going to move especially on a 5-minute. And there we go. And this is another cycle trade, and you could tell it's a cycle trade because momentum is following the cycle signal right here. And the moment that these two intersect, that's going to be it, guys. There's not going to be anything left in the trade at that point. Nice sturdy move with momentum. Look at this, guys. Just flipped it to the upside. Really nice right there. As soon as it crosses, I better get my finger on the sell button here. I'm going to hop off that trade right there.
Order filled.
Okay, a little bit over 50 points to the upside. About 1,200 and something. Okay, and we wait for the next opportunity. You're not taking that. I'm not taking this short yet because momentum is still elevated. I at least want to see momentum come down. We already have cycle coming down. This is already telling you in advance that price is moving down. But if momentum is still a little bit elevated, I at least want to see momentum tilt down before I take a short. All right, you got a little bit of a tilt right here to momentum. Bingo.
Order filled.
Let's go ahead and take a short there. And don't forget, guys, you've got your 80 bar VWAP right there, which acts as a magnet. So, you know, what goes up is going to come down and likely hit the 80 bar VWAP right there. It's free for 7 days. You can take it out for a test drive. Just all you need to do is click the link in the bio and you can sign up. It's really, really easy. It's exclusive to the NinjaTrader platform. So you need to have NinjaTrader downloaded to use. And here we go, guys. We just hit the 15 bar VWAP right here. Okay. Now, you have a decision to make right here. We can either take this trade off right here or wait until we get our crossing right here and then take the trade off, okay? And this right here is enough to just make a lot of traders feel very uncomfortable right here, guys. And look at this. It hit and it bounced, okay? Let's see what happens, okay? I just got a crossing right here. Look at that. Bingo, right there. So yeah, it made sense having, it would have made sense to take the trade off right there. So I'll go ahead and buy it back.
Order filled.
About $650. Not a big move, but still, it's something, right? So here we go, guys. We have momentum just sunk right there to the downside. And now that it's sunk to the downside, I want to see cycle come all the way down. Make its nice little rotation right there so we can go ahead and see if this trade actually goes down. Because right now, if you notice, we're right here inside this VWAP. And if we're inside the VWAP, this 80 bar VWAP right here, guys, we just got a lot of chop over here. You're probably going to get more chop right here too. But you're also at the base VWAP right here. These are some of my favorite trades. Whenever they originate here and they bounce all the way up, I love taking those trades. But in this case, you've got momentum already below zero. Momentum is already your dominant signal. You see no sine waves right here. Okay, and cycle, it's making its turn while momentum is down. Which way do you think price is going to move? Okay, I'm sitting here at my desk today watching this exact trade. I'm going over the exact trades I took today, guys, with you right now in this recap. And I'm sitting here going like, okay, it's got to come down. It's absolutely going to have to come down because cycle just ran its full course right there and it's about to come down right there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until cycle actually hits the zero line. That's what I said to myself today. I'm going to wait for cycle, this line, this blue, this cyan line to hit the zero line before I take a trade, okay? It's sunk below the threshold, which means this is cycle one right here to the downside. You see this? That's cycle one, 180 degrees in the direction of the move, okay? This cycle ended right here when it crossed above momentum. So now you're going to get cycle number two right here. It's having a little bit of trouble breaking below the 80 bar VWAP right here. See that? Just acts as a magnet, guys. It's just stuck to the 80 bar VWAP. But as soon as I get a cycle hit here at the zero line, I'm going to pull the trigger and take a short. Why? Because momentum is pulling price down. It's real easy right there. Okay?
Order filled.
That's the exact spot where I executed the trade today. Right smack right there. And I'm going to let this bad boy run until we get the end of cycle number two. Why? Why are you going to do that? Somebody ask. Because your average cycle life only has 2 cycles in the direction of the trade. That's the reason why. How do I know that? Because I designed this system. And I've seen thousands and thousands and thousands of trades. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, now if you don't believe me, watch. Okay, cycle number 2, which is this rotation to the downside that began right here where the red arrow is. Okay, it's going to end right when this cyan line hits the 0 line. And I want you guys to watch carefully. Okay, so we just had cycle number 1. Now we're in trend mode right here. Okay, momentum sunk, and this is cycle number 2, which began right here, and it's going down. CYMO, the only tool you need? Yeah, if you want to follow market structure on the 5-minute, it's the only tool you need on the 5-minute time frame. Unless, you know, you want to get really fine, unless you want to kind of fine tune things a little bit more, you know? Yeah, this is the only tool I used today in the process of everything I did. Did you believe that? Seriously. So here we go. It's going. It's got to be patient. Let it run. Caught that nice break below the 80 bar VWAP right here. Okay, the moment it crossed below 0, that's where we took our trade. And we're almost there, guys. This isn't it. It's touching the 0 line. It hasn't crossed. There's a big difference, okay? Touches don't count. Crosses count, okay? So let's wait and see. Today, in the competition, in the tournament, I was trading 5 contracts of the micros. Right now, in this demonstration, I'm trading 2. And there you go, guys. You got your little crossing right there. If you want to go ahead and take your trade off, you can. Just let this thing rotate a little bit. Uh-oh, what happened to my TikTok? Okay, I hope my TikTok is still there. Hang on, guys. Let me just buy this back.
Order filled.
So I just kind of went past my signal here to get out of the trade. And about this point, guys, I decided it was a good idea to take my profits and go have a sandwich. And the following trade that I'm going to show you, I missed today. But here are the rankings so you guys could see this. So you guys can see this for yourself. Okay, right there. Let me just go ahead and pause it for a second. Okay, this is the final tally as of 3:06 in the afternoon. Yeah, it was a very expensive sandwich. Seriously, it was. Because this dude right here, he's one of the 4 featured traders that NinjaTrader had on there competing against all of us, right? So these 4 guys are like they're supposed to be the experts. They're supposed to be the ones that they're the talking heads the brokerage firm puts out there, and they want you guys to, you know, listen to these guys, right? So each of these guys has like a product or something they try to sell, all right? This guy right here, Nick for a tick, was severely down before 3:06 p.m. And I can tell you because I got another screenshot right there where he was severely down. And then all of a sudden, after this trade right here that I just basically closed out, he all of a sudden jumped. When I came back from lunch, I'm like, oh man, this guy, his P&L jumped, and that's because he took the long side of the trade, right? But these 2 guys right here ate dust all day. This guy was down like by a lot, and he recovered a little bit. This guy was down so severely in the morning that they took him off the spotlight and they brought him back. And there's another dude on here who blew himself up. These are the talking heads on NinjaTrader, guys. All right. And so it was pretty amazing to see that today. So, all right, let's go ahead and continue with this, okay? Because now what we have here, we have a crossing to the upside, but we don't have a crossing with momentum yet. Okay, so this is giving you an advance warning that price is going to take off. It's going to move up. This is what this is telling you, okay? It's forecasting what price is going to do. So this part of the trade, guys, I missed, okay? This whole reversal, I didn't take it, and I kind of regret stepping away from my desk now because this would have really put me ahead in a big way, and I just missed it, okay? To take this trade to the upside, you want to have momentum squeeze out, tilt out of this threshold right here at the bottom. And once it does that, then we can confidently take the trade to the upside, okay? Not just yet. Right there.
Order filled.
That's the signal that we're looking for right there, okay? Bingo. You got momentum going up, you got cycle going up, and then we'll just let this trade run. But up until this point right here, guys, This is how, these are the exact trades I took to make over $927 in the micros, which you guys know it's only a tenth of the value of the regular E-mini. So if you multiply that by 10, that was like over $9,000 in one day on the regular E-mini, which is this contract I've got on my screen right here. All right. Can you take a trade without a cross? Yeah, I just did right here. And the reason I did is because momentum tilted from the bottom. You see how momentum was pulling price down? Okay, had been pulling price down since here. You see this? Right there. Okay, momentum started to pull price all the way down right there. Cycle number 2 ended. We got out of the trade and momentum tilted up right there, and we decided to take the trade to the longs. And remember, guys, what happens after you have a momentum trade? You have a cycle trade. That's normally what follows a momentum trade. So you got cycle 1, cycle 2. This was a momentum trade to the downside. Okay, trending market right there. You've got a nice little trend right there. What follows a trend? You have a cycle. Okay, so your trade here is effectually going to end whenever cycle and momentum kiss goodbye. And you're right here again at the 80 bar VWAP. Alrighty, guys, you got the crossing right there, and you're almost at the top of the VWAP right there, guys.
Order filled.
That's a good spot to get out of the trade. Bingo. You are done. Okay.
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
Yep, and this is what real algorithmic trading looks like right here, guys. It's rule-based, okay? It gets rid of a lot of the subjectivity. If you guys like order flow trading, then you guys can continue watching the guys over at NinjaTrader blow themselves up. And if you want something that's more systematic and rules-based, then CYMO Pro's got you covered right here, okay? I'll just kind of let that run for a little bit. Now, here's the challenge to my subscribers, guys. Here's your mission, okay? Load your 5-minute chart, turn CYMO on, replay today's session from the open till about maybe 2:45 in the afternoon. Mark your entries and exit points based on structure and flow. You can always send me your screenshots via Telegram. I love looking at them. And you can prove to yourself that you got the read down right, okay? And if you got the read down right, guys, then you're trading with confidence and structure. You can use the 5-minute chart to better fine-tune your trades on a 2-minute or 1-minute candle chart, or you can trade off of it directly the way I did today. And that's it, guys. There's nothing else left in this trade right there. I'm just going to let it bounce around for a few more candles right there and let you guys see what it does, but it doesn't do anything, especially when it hits the resistance line right here. Okay, if it hits resistance, that's it. It's not going anywhere. You see an overshoot in momentum right here, which means that it's just going to pull price sideways until it starts going down again. That's essentially what's going to happen right there. So there we go, guys, right there. If your current system right now, whatever it is that you're using, guys, let you down today, again, how many more days like this are you going to take? You've got someone out here turning 927 on the micros, while the experts, these guys down here, are getting pulled off the air because they can't stop bleeding. What's that tell you, guys? It tells you the tools matter. It tells you the edge is real. And it tells you it's time to stop trading blind. Just grab the 7-day free trial, load the tools, follow the recaps. We do these every day, Monday through Thursday at 5:30 Eastern. Take the trades and see the difference. It's that simple, okay? It's just that simple, guys, all right? And here you go. Price hasn't done anything. Look at this, okay? And let me just kind of recap what we did right here. I didn't hop on the bandwagon on this trade to the downside. I waited, okay? I waited because I've seen these setups just many times and they just don't seem to go anywhere. You always get a better reversal, and we've seen these time and again, okay? And that's what we did. We hopped into the trade right here and got out the moment that cycle and momentum kissed goodbye right there. We didn't jump into any of this noise because momentum was elevated right here. And when it started coming down, cycle started going up, which kind of made it difficult to see which direction price was going to flow. But as soon as cycle crossed above zero and tilted up, and you got a tilt up in momentum, we took the trade with confidence to the upside right there. Okay, we got out right smack right there the moment it crossed, which is right at this bar. Then we took the trade to the downside because we saw cycle cross below zero. We saw a tilt here. We took this trade and we got out the moment that they crossed, okay? We kind of waited around a little bit because price was hovering around the 80 bar VWAP, and the moment that cycle crossed below zero right there, we took that to the short side. The moment it crossed up, we got out. We took this reversal trade, which I entirely missed this afternoon, unfortunately. The moment that cycle tilted and momentum tilted outside of this threshold, and we got out the moment it crossed with momentum, which is right there. Okay? And that's how we do it, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment box. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you.